And anybody who stands in their way is going to get walked over. That is what is going to happen.
Well, the rule of law, some people aren't sure what the rule of law means. So one has to define it first. The rule of law means that all actions and all power ultimately is under the law. The rule of law means that above everything, above the rulers, is something. They aren't the rulers, they are under law. The king is under the law. The crown is under the law. And that is the rule of law. In the end, everything has to answer to some nebulous laws. And that is an extraordinary situation, because in all other civilizations, the rulers have, after a time, they may at first, as they gather power, have said, we make the laws and we keep the laws. After a time, they forget the second statement, that we keep the laws. They become above the law, so that the law doesn't rule them, they rule the law. So they make pronouncements. You can see this in Stalin's Russia, in Chairman Mao's China. You can see it in many, many cases in France under Louis XIV. Again and again, the powers that be get above the law. They have a different law for them. There's one law for the very powerful and rich, and another law for the people. So they are above the common law. Only in this funny island, and to a certain extent in Holland at a certain time, Scandinavia, and other countries usually go through phases when they do this, but they usually forget it for all sorts of reasons. Only in this funny island, over about 700 years again, have we believed that ultimately above everything is the law. And even the king has to abide by that, and certainly his ministers, and certainly the church, and everybody is under the same rule. It's like a game of football. The rules of football stand above the individual players, and you ultimately, if you don't abide by them, you are thrown off the field. It's the same with the English legal system.
And anybody who stands in their way is going to get walked over. That is what is going to happen.